metaphorically as well as literally. I mean, a lot of the Tunisians who brought down their government earlier this month were helping the Egyptians by using social networking sites to help them organize, to help them understand how to protest. There was advice that was coming from Tunisia over Facebook, like how to use Coca-Cola or Pepsi to splash your eyes with them to get rid of tear gas. So people saw what happened in Tunisia on live television, and they thought to themselves, wait a minute, if they can do it, we can do it. And then there was a core group of activists who I would say would be in their late 20s, early 30s, who spent a lot of the past decade trying to get something going and haven't really gotten the momentum, haven't really been able to bring people out in the street. Suddenly, they're out there, they're taking advantage of the images they're seeing on TV, they're sending texts out to their friends, they're sending Facebook messages, Twitter messages saying, let's do this, let's come out on the 25th of January, the first day of the protest, and let's see if we can't shake things up. And then I think they were themselves caught unawares by the scale of this. We have organizers in our story saying, you know, we expected 4,000 or 5,000 people. 10,000 people show up, and then they say, well, then we can try again tomorrow, and we can try in some other cities. And this thing then becomes organic. It's no longer a small group of people who are controlling it. It is ordinary Egyptians who've withstood 30 years of this snapping.
But then you see the unfortunate downside of what was going on, and I mean, we just got in some new pictures, just devastating pictures, watching a police van just plowing through this crowd, people trying to run out of the way, and some people unfortunately getting hit. Nearly 1,000 people injured, 5 confirmed fatalities. I mean, how does this end? Where does it go from here?
Well, this is the last gasp of a dying regime, and I guess it was expected that they would not go quietly into the night. There's some reason for hope today. The military seems to be much more willing to put itself between the two groups. That is something to take comfort from. But the people in the square, the pro-democracy protesters, are not going away. And so it's possible that the battles will keep being fought over the next few days. The war has been won. Mubarak is going. Whether he goes tomorrow, a week from now, as international pressures mount, or whether he goes in September, this man who has ruled this country with an iron fist for 30 years has been essentially kicked out by a bunch of kids.
You said the war is over, essentially, but why still the fighting? What could get them to get anyone to stop and just say, okay, we won, we'll wait you out until September?
Well, some of these people are in the pay. These are regime thugs. These are people who the regime has used many times over the years to protect its interests. They are seeing their way of life disappear. They know that if, when the regime goes, there are people in their neighborhoods and in their streets who can identify them, and then justice will come for them. So they're trying to cling desperately to an old way. I saw this in Iraq when Saddam Hussein went down. But in the end, the vast majority of Saddam's Ba'ath Party came to terms with the new administration, or the new way of being in Iraq. And I think the vast majority of Mubarak's people will eventually come to that sort of understanding as well. There will be a core group of people who will try to fight till the very end, but they're being outnumbered. And if, as I said, the military continues to protect the protesters, I think they will recognize that this is the end of their kind of world and their kind of regime.